Hey everyone, it's Rick Brown here, and welcome to the first lesson in our video series of learning C++ from Hello World to mastering. So in this lesson, we're going to go over our setup that we're going to be using throughout the course and just go over the basic program structure of C++ just to get everyone started. So let's dig in. Alright, so the very first thing we need to do is we need to install our platform that we're going to be coding on. So for this course, we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is a lightweight text editor that we're going to use to edit our code and compile our code and debug. This will be perfect for our purposes. Again, we're not doing anything huge, just doing small little code snippets, things like that. So what you want to do is you want to find the correct platform. For me, that will be Windows. So I'm going to come over here and download the Windows installer. And here I already have VS Code installed, but basically you're going to go through all the steps and install VS Code and get that started. And you're going to come back here when you're done. All right, once we have VS Code installed, the next thing we're going to do is install our MSys2, which is our collection of tools. This is going to give us all the C++ tools we need to compile and debug. So the link to this will be in the description. What you're going to do is you're going to come over to this page and you're going to click install, download the installer. And you're going to open up the installer. And you're going to go through the setup. You're just going to click next, click next. I already have it installed, but you're going to go through those steps and you're going to install it. Once you do install it, make sure you run the MSys2 program. And what's going to happen is you're going to get this screen. Once you're at this screen, come on back. Once you have everything installed, next thing you're going to do is you're going to install the toolchain that we're going to use with all of the tools, all the compilers, absolutely everything. The command that I'm going to paste will be in the description of this video. So go to the description, grab the command, and click paste, and enter. And I already have it installed, but what you're going to do is you're just going to click yes, enter all the steps you need to install, and this will install all the packages that you need. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, which is very important, is we're going to add our compiler to our path environment variable. So once you've installed that toolchain, you're going to come over to your search, you're going to do edit environment variables, you're going to go to your path environment variable, click edit, then you're going to click new, browse, and if you install the toolchain correctly, usually it installs in your C folder. You will go to MSys64, and then you want to go mingw bin, click OK, and click OK, and click OK. All right, now we have everything we need to debug and install already installed. Next, we'll hop over to Visual Studio Code. All right, now once we've installed Visual Studio Code and we've gone through our configuration setup, we're now ready to get Visual Studio Code configured. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this little extension block, and we want to install the C/C++ extension. You're going to go over here and you're going to click install, and also feel free to install the C/C++ extension pack. This will give you any other things that you may need, but really you just need this main extension. Once you have that extension, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our first file. There are many ways you can do it. I'm going to click this button, and we're going to type main.cpp. So this is going to be our first ever file that we're going to build and compile. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write some code. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type hashtag include iostream. And then we're going to make a function we're going to call int main, open parentheses, close parentheses, open close brackets. And we're going to type return 0. And what we've just written now is what we call the main function. This is a C++ convention. For now, let's just consider this boilerplate code, something that we just need to start running code to get something going. And really, we don't even need this include statement to start coding, but this is something that we're going to need in a bit. And so really, I don't want you to worry about anything other than writing code and getting things to run. So the next thing we're going to do is, now that we have code, we're going to go over to run. Actually, we're going to go over to terminal. And then we're going to configure default build task. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to look for the G++ compiler in our MSys64 MinGW compiler path. So what's very important is that we set our path environment variable earlier so that VS Code can find this compiler. This is what's going to actually run all of your code. And when we click this, VS Code generates everything for us, so we don't have to type anything. This will allow us to compile our code. So now that we're here, we have our default build task set. Now we can come over here and click our debug button. And this is just going to build our program and let everything run. So as you can see here, right now our main function is doing nothing, so it just returned nothing. But what's cool is we can actually add in stuff. So what we're going to do now is come over to our main function and type in std cout, and we want the terminal to print out hello world. So we're going to type hello world, and we want it to end the line. Sorry, it's going to be std end L. All right, now our code should do something. So we're going to go over here, go back to debug, click this button, run our code. And as you can see now, we've now printed out hello world to the terminal. So now you're completely configured, you're set up, and you're running and debugging code at the click of a button. Stay tuned for the next lesson. Thank you guys for coming.
My name is Tariq, and if you like that video, make sure you subscribe for more. And I want to let you know that I have a Patreon. So this is for people who always ask me for career advice. There's just too many of you for me to effectively get to all of you at once. So I've made a Patreon. This will allow you to get one-on-one support from me. So we have a $5 level. This will allow you to get one-on-one chat support, and you can ask me questions about your specific situations. And then we also have the $25 level. This will give you access to exclusive live streams where you'll be able to call in and ask me questions. This will give you access to my email. And this will give you access to resume reviews where I will make a video breaking down your resume, or we'll break down your resume on the exclusive live streams. I also release my podcast episodes a week early on my Patreon. So subscribe. It's a fun time. Peace.